Great grace be multiplied to you. I'm glad to have you here today. Now, we talked about the saving grace in the last episode. In this episode, we will talk about the enabling grace. Now, the consciousness and awareness of the spiritual blessings, sponsors the release of the enabling grace. This grace releases the spiritual energy to get things done. Now, this kind of grace requires you to play a participatory role. Only in this can the results be amplified. It is not enough to speak what God has, said about you, but it is required that you play the role that this same grace opened you up for. Matthew 14 and verse 25 to 32 gave the story of when Jesus walked on water to meet up with the disciples who were in a storm at the time. Now, Peter called out to Jesus in verse 28, saying if it was Jesus, he should command him to come. And Jesus told him to come, and guess what? Peter walked on water. The enabling grace was released when Jesus spoke to Peter to come. But for the miracle to be full or to become manifested, Peter had to play his role of being the one to walk on water, not Jesus, in engagement of that same enabling grace. Now, the empowerment does not come from you, but the action truly comes from you, and until then the grace is only released in vain. When you engage this enabling grace with the required action, right, in faith, that's when you have physical evidence that is actually called testimonies, which shows that what you have believed and what you have confessed actually works. I believe you've been tremendously blessed in this episode. We will talk about another dimension of grace in the next episode. I can't wait to see you. Take care.